All right, everyone, welcome to the next lesson. In this lesson, we're talking about daily journaling. So, the journal has been one of the most powerful tools in my journey, and you've probably heard about it a lot. I want to give you a quick overview and introduction into how you can start journaling and why you should even consider it in the first place. Before we get into that, I just want to say if you're here in this lesson, it means that you've watched the last 5 lessons or so, and you're really committed to your next level and to growing and identifying your vision and living a life that is extraordinary, not just average. Okay, not average health, not average finances, not average social life, and just mediocrity, right? That, I think, is a total betrayal of our potential, and I think it's selfish, right? I think it's so much more powerful when we become our best selves and we're able to serve the people we love, right? That's why we become wealthy and healthy and fit and empowered and strong and happy, right? It's to serve each other, right? Because when we all become our best selves, we serve humanity. So, props, okay? Because most people will never get this far. And with the information you have now, this is exactly what I would tell my past self, okay? And I would be radically ahead of where I am now had I started this a couple of years ago. So, I'm excited for you to get into the materials and like really start, working through this. The way we're going to do that is by journaling, okay? To be honest, everything that we've covered so far, it's not something you do every day, right? You're not going to go and identify your dream outcome every day because you know it, right? Certainly, I've done this dozens, if not hundreds of times in my life, right? I've gone into my journal and I ask myself, what do I want? And I just brain dump and get clear, right? Because it's inspiring, because it solidifies the vision, because it builds the kingdom in mind so that I may crystallize it into physical reality. But it's not something you do every day, right? Neither is understanding your higher self and designing your character. It's something that's fundamental, something that's crucial, but it's not something that's a daily behavior, right? Your immediate next level. This is, you choose your 3-month, 6-month, 5-week goal, and now you have your objective for that time period, right? So again, it's not something you do every day. And if you identified your why, like this should be, deep stuff. It's not something that changes. The 5 big moves, like this will probably take you, a couple weeks of work, right? So this stuff is not daily. The work, if you really did this correctly, right? And when I say correctly, I mean accurately, then you have highly specific, clear core behaviors, right? And to be honest, I don't really go highly specific here. Like I don't say I have to go wake up in the morning and get sunlight on my eyes, and I have to intermittent fast from these hours to these hours, and I have to go to the gym X amount of times per week. It's more focused around my main priority, right? Which is my immediate next level, right? So my immediate next level is very much business oriented. It's very much, coaching and like, interacting with you more and building relationships with you and providing you resources and like creating better, more impactful, more valuable content at scale so that, this message can reach you and more people and you can actualize. So it's very much business oriented. So my core behaviors, as I showed you, are, content creation, digital products, or outreach. I go to the gym, right? I don't write about the gym. I read, but that's kind of a more organic thing. What I am doing here is identifying the work around my specific behaviors for my next level. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I'm sure it does, right? You have a next level, and the work, the bedrock behaviors, they don't need to be about everything in your life, okay? Make them specific to your next level. Cool. Now, once you identify those core behaviors, well, you have good clarity, right? But I want to show you the daily work, okay? Because, my friend, the daily work that must be done every single morning is the seeking of clarity. Clarity is not something that you generate once and that you have forever. Clarity is such a precious resource, okay? It's something that it's like the best feeling in the world when you have mental clarity and you're sharp. And conversely, it's hellish when you are muddled and unclear and unconfident. And you're like, where the hell am I, right? We've all been there. We have the ebbs and flows. The journal is how we minimize the amplitude of those ebbs and flows so that we don't have those deep, crashes of uncertainty that last for days. It's like, no, if you journal and you work through this process I'm going to show you, then every single morning you can create confidence, create clarity, create certainty, lower anxiety, lower stress, lower the amount of time you're going to spend working, and be able to execute upon your day, right? Beautiful. Daily journal. Every single morning, what I do here is I write something like, "Good morning, Eric. Thank you for another wonderful day." And then I'll say something like, "I just came back from my morning walk, got sunlight on the eyeballs, moved my body a little bit." And then I ask, this is a question I ask myself every day. What's important right now, right? And then guess what? I write down my core behaviors. I'm like, okay, content creation. I'm like, okay, digital products. Okay, warm outreach. Ta-da, that's it, right? Right, that's it in terms of everything that I need to do is going to fall within these categories, right? Barring like errands and, gym and other human things that you need to do, right? But everything that you need to do in relation to the vision is here, okay? How beautiful and elegant is that, right? I know that everything I need to do is one of these three things. And so what I'll do following that is I'll be like, brain dump. I'll do like a heading here and I'll go, brain dump to do's. And what I'll do is I'll unload all of my mind, because my mind gets chaotic, and I know yours does too, right? And the way you fight the chaos is by illuminating it, by bringing it into awareness, by writing it down. So I'm gonna be like, okay, let's say I have to, schedule tweets. I have to write newsletter. I have to, if you're not subscribed to my newsletter, you should absolutely do that. Schedule tweets, write newsletter. I have to, make an appointment with a friend or something, right? It also might be some very mundane things, like I have to call the internet company because I'm moving. True story. Right? And I just unload everything that is in my mind, right? I need to set up email client and schedule essay for this week, newsletter, right? Brain dump everything, okay? And this doesn't just have to be to-dos. That's a very, productive oriented thing, that just because that's where I am in life. But you might be in a very inward emotional journey as well right now, right? In that case, I would be writing about like your emotions, like how are you feeling, right? If you're anxious, write down, analyze your emotions, like just put it all on paper. This is what I'm feeling. This is what's going on. This is what I'm stressed about. Let's take inventory. Where am I, right? Get clear, write that crap down. So let me just give you an example of like how I actually use this. My journal, it looks a little different just because I've, worked on it a little more, but it's an evolving, this is the command center, it's the evolving hub. So let's look at Monday. So last Monday I was like, good morning. Today I'm excited and biochemically enthusiastic to discover what this week's essay is all about. I want to position my relevant business offers. This essay and the ideas therein must serve as my content for both my channel and my interaction message, which is a company I have. Your brand is on like avatar, taking notes, from courses I'm taking, all that stuff, and, reconnecting with my next level goal. Afternoon walk. Hello, currently I'm on a walk. This is what I'm going to write about, and just like I go on a walk and I just take a bunch of notes. But zooming out and kind of abstracting a little bit, the journal is a tool for clarity, right? It is the prism through which you focus your creative energy so that you might create. And this isn't meant to encumber you and be complicated. Like, you have to just write in the mornings is what I encourage you to do so that you might get clarity, right? Beautiful. So we've covered so far, you have your dream outcome, you know who you need to be, your core behaviors in your next level, and now you have a daily journaling practice that's going to allow you to interact with all of those things, right? It is the way that we integrate this system into our daily lives, and it's how we make this practical. So if you haven't started journaling, if you feel like this is, kind of a new territory, then just start, just start doing it every day, and just like for 5 minutes, write down a bunch of thoughts. I guarantee you're going to have so much more mental clarity, and it's just going to be really beneficial. I also have a bunch of physical journals. I use them more for, more like principles and very important things that I want at the forefront of my mind. Digital is like, I can go back and look if I need to, but my journal is like with me all the time. If you want me to create courses on journals, I can absolutely do that. Let me know. But all right, that's the daily journal. In the next lesson, we're going to cover a fun animation that I want to show you that's going to help solidify all of this and visualize this for you. And then what we'll do is we'll wrap up. So I'll see you in the next lesson.